Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the Realty Resource Report. My name is Timothy Judkins, and you have made it back. You have made it back to the show that gives you buyer tips, seller tips, tells you what's going on in the real estate market, tries to get you guys, your family, your friends to a better situation in life, not renting, home ownership. That's what we want to do. Home ownership, that's the goal. Now, welcome back. It is the 8th of September. It is Monday. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Labor Day week last week. A lot of stuff going on. I was running around with the kids. We had soccer games, first games of the season. Lovely time. Lovely time. I have a few articles I wanted to get to today on this live broadcast. I have a few listings coming up. So many deals that are going on. Remax news coming up. Can't wait to tell you guys about that. You have to wait on that one. But the mortgage rates, it's my first article for the day. The mortgage rates have officially hit 11-month low, the lowest they have been in 11 months. All right. The reason this is a big deal is because the market is ever changing. We are now at a 6.29 interest rate, which means there is new buyers on the market. Sellers are seeing more activity. So if you are interested in buying and selling, this is the lowest we've been in a while, almost a year. So this is a huge thing for buyers. You have more buying power now, the more that this rate changes. The other article I wanted to go across is the rise of branded real estate investments, right? Mixed use developments. Now, I thought this was super interesting because they said that we had 600, but we have 600 branded real estate units right now, and they're looking to do more than 1,000 by 2030. Now, what do I mean by this? When I say a branded real estate residence, we're talking about a complex where you live there, there is a restaurant there is a gym there is a cafe there, more about the living experience. So investors are finding out that if they are creating these type of properties, they're having more retention when it comes to population. They have more interest when it comes to people who want to be over there, and it's more about the lifestyle, right? So I thought that was super interesting, something I haven't really seen people talking about, but luxury real estate is moving in that direction, rapid growth in branded residences, okay? So I'm gonna talk a little bit about that a little bit more in the seller tip, but I thought that was super awesome. I do think it's an awesome idea as well, because if we're going to sacrifice certain amenities, say a yard, animals, things like this, if you're living in a city or outside of a city and you want those type of things that you miss from the city, this is a way to get it to mix and master. That is awesome. I love that. I love that idea. So let's play off these two things on our buyer and seller tip for the day, because you wouldn't be at the Realty Resource Report without getting some information about a buyer and a seller tip, right? Because these are the things that's going to help us move forward in life. These are the things that you're not going to find on YouTube. You're not going to find on ChatGPT. These are things that I am giving you from my personal experience, and I'm trying to tie them into these topics on a week-to-week basis for you guys, okay? So my buyer tip for the day is the obvious low interest rate. If the interest rate is dropping and you haven't got your pre-approval, or you haven't reevaluated your current pre-approval with your lender, this is a good time to talk to them, because any drop in the interest rate can save you hundreds of dollars on monthly payments, yearly payments. It makes a drastic difference. So anytime there's fluctuation in the mortgage rates, my buyer tip for the day is go talk to your lender and see what that means for you and your personal pre-approval, okay? Because you could end up being pre-approved for more, but don't get too crazy, because you don't want to be in a situation where you're paying more to live than you actually wanting to, okay? Now, for my seller tip, like I said, we're going to play off the topics. So the branded real estate residences, okay? The seller tip for the day is the fact that you can't create new real estate. And what I mean by that is each location on the planet Earth is unique. This house is by a river. This house is by a pond. This house is in a mountain. You can't make new land unless you're overseas and building makeshift islands like they're doing in other countries. But talking about here in America, we're getting back to real estate. Okay, seller tip for the day. All right. If you have the ability to customize your portion of the land and you can show people why it is unique to live at your specific residence or at this specific property, it raises the value. Okay. Now, what I mean by that is, do you have a mud room? Do you have like a library? Do you have a great patio area? Do you have a great space for hosting guests? These are the type of things you want to highlight and give more emphasis to. I would love for you guys to put more energy and development into these portions of your property because your house is unique from every other house that's on the block, every house in the zip code. It is unique. And that's because not every house is in the same location. So every house was built so that it could withstand and, you know, withstand the years and decades of being on this piece of land. So with that being said, my seller tip for the day is to highlight the unique properties to your house. So if you know for a fact that you have a stiff competition for your neighborhood, that there's a lot of people who have other options to buying homes and not just yours, this is a way to highlight specific things that make your house unique compared to everybody else. And can we really put a dollar amount on that? Maybe we can. Maybe we can. So that's my seller tip for the day. I'm really excited about that. I love when people customize and make their things unique when it comes to their business, when it comes to how they're buying, when it comes to how they're selling. I believe we are all very unique individuals and we should be proud of that. And we should highlight those features of ourselves and of these properties because this is what makes the world go round. It would be very boring out here if everybody was the same. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, we can't do the Realty Resource Report without plugging the team. We got to plug the team because we got listings for sale. And I got some coming up. I actually have some pending that are closing this week. But back to the subject, listings for sale. All right. The first one I have is 3716 Orchard Street. My guy Dante has this listed out in Weirton. A lot of bedrooms, 6 bedrooms, 5 bath, price and information. You're going to have to reach out to him because I'm not licensed in West Virginia. So I like to let people know what exists out there, but you can reach out to Dante and he'll love to give you more information about the property, the price. It's only been on the market for 7 days, 6 bedrooms. You might want to call. It's underneath 200K. That's all I'm saying. I'm out. Next one. So this next one's actually in St. Clairsville on Water Street. This is 49659. This is listed by Chad. Chad's got some good ones coming in right now. This is a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, perfect for a starter home, investment property. It is listed at $89,000. Awesome price. Only been on the market for 7 days so far as well. So you might want to check that out as soon as you can. And the next one we got, this one looks beautiful. This was 4134 Brightway Street in Weirton. Same, listed by Dante. Man, Dante killing it out there right now. This is a 3-bedroom, 2 bath. If you want to know the price and more information and get a private tour, please reach out to Dante. He would love to help you get over there. Check that out. And then I have one more for you guys for today. And it is 878 Dongle, Donegal Drive in Follinsby. And this is listed by Erica Tambrin. And that's only been on the market for 4 days. It is a 4-bedroom, 3 bath. The price is awesome, but I'm not licensed out there. So you have to reach out to Erica for more information. RE/MAX just has all these awesome listings coming in. If your property is not being seen, or if you are not getting offers on your property, you are working with the wrong brokerage or agent. So you need to reach out, ask questions, see what's going on, check your listing agreements, check your consumer guides, your buyer broker consumer guides. because you want to make sure that you can legally make these transitions and do what you got to do, right? Because at the end of the day, it's about getting people to where they're going. I will have listings as low as $10,000 and listings as high as $325,000, which we're under contract right now. So it doesn't matter what the price is for me. I'm really trying to help you guys get to where you're going. So if you're trying to sell off properties to make a certain thing happen for your family, or if you're trying to get investment property, you got kids going to college, I help with everything. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm here just trying to give information so that you guys can move to the next destination in your life. And I am very appreciative to even be here to do this. This is such a random route for my life to take, and I love it. You know what I mean? This is a great way. I was filming, doing photo video production before this, and I loved helping those brands and those companies get their product out there, do product placement and things like this. And this is just a way bigger way that's helping families actually move zip codes. And this is where you're celebrating your, holidays and things like that. So love the business, love what I'm doing. If you have any questions, if you're interested in getting into real estate, reach out to me. I do a lot of agent training and stuff like that. So that's going to be the end of today's broadcast. I would love to stay all day and chit chat. I have a few more edits I have to do. It's nonstop. So the past episodes of this broadcast are now on YouTube. There was a few more uploads I just did on YouTube. It's one of those things. It's kind of hard to keep up with filming and editing and doing my own thing and selling houses. So I do what I can. I'm here providing what I can. And I appreciate you guys who are watching, liking, sharing, subscribing to what's going on, because I'll be here again next Monday. Thank you guys again, and I'll talk to you soon.